All right, welcome back. And today we are going to do a question called h-index. This question is actually not super hard, but it's more like the explanation is kind of ambiguous. So this is something that we have to practice. Sometimes they mask very easy questions with like complicated explanation. So we're going to do this exercise and we'll jump right through it. Here it explains what an h-index is. The h-index is a metric that attempts to measure the productivity and citation impact of the publication of a scholar. The definition of the h-index is if a scholar has at least h of their papers cited h times. So given a list of publication of the number of citations a scholar has, find their h-index. So for example, here we have 35013. What that means is that his first paper, or their first paper, so let's just say it's a dude. His first paper has 3 citations. His second paper has 5 citations. His third paper has 0 citation. His fourth paper has 1, and his last one has 3 citations. And then the output is the h-index. So the h-index here, what we can do is we could think about, okay, does he have at least one publication that has at least 1 citation? Yes, it's either this one, this one, this one, or that one, right? Does he have 2 publications that have at least 2 citation on each of them? Yes, 3 and 5. They both have more than 2 citations, and that's 2 publications. 3, do they have 3 publications that all of them have 3 citations or more? Yes, we do. We have 3, 5, and 3. Okay. Now let's try to increase the h-index to 4. Do we have 4 publications that all have 4 citations or more? No, because the only publication that has 4 citations or more is this one. So we only have 1, not 4. Thus, the h-index is 3. So does that make any sense? Yeah, so that's pretty much what h-index is. We can make it more clear here. So ignore the bottom part for now. We're just gonna do the publication part, right? So it's kind of like what I did in the beginning. So here, like I said the value is the number of citations to make it easier to remember what it is. So one trick that we can do is we can literally just sort it descending. So imagine if we sort this array into something like this, 5, 3, 3, 0, 1, right? Oops, sorry, I didn't sort it properly. 1, 0. So now this is sorted in a descending manner. So essentially what we did, remember what we did in the beginning? When we said like, okay, is there at least 1 publication that has 1 citation or more? Yes, we do. Okay. So then because we ordered descending, then we know that the highest amount of number will be in the beginning. So that's where we can use those publication as a citation. So then, for example, we can go to the second one index. Okay. Do we have 2 that has 2 or more? So essentially what you have to do is you just have to look at this one. Is this one bigger than your current number? If it is, then you know that all previous numbers, aka these guys, will be also bigger than 2, aka have more citations than 2. And then at last we do 3. Is 3 equals to that or bigger? 3 is definitely bigger or equals to this guy. So that means we know that all of the ones in the back will definitely have 3 citations or more. And then once we go to 4, we realize, oh no, that does not work. Why? Because 1 is smaller than 4. Hence, we go back to the previous one, and the answer is 3. H-index equals 3. So this trick, what is the time complexity of this? Well, we have to sort it. So the time complexity will be O of n log n, right? So can we do any better than this? So yes, we can. And that's what we're going to do with this. So here we have we created an array called citations. What we want to do with this array is we kind of do the opposite of what this guy does. This guy is an array of publications where the value equals the number of citations. Here we have the citation numbers where the value is the number of publications with that many citations. So let's just go through it now. We'll use the original array. So we'll use this guy, right? And then we'll go through it linearly like this. So first publication has 3. right? It has 3 citations. So 0, 1, 2, 3, these are the index. So I'm just gonna add 1 here. So now this becomes 1, right? And then now we're at 5. So 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. And then we add 1 here. So do you know what I'm doing? I'm just going through the publications array to fill out my citations. And then in the end, the value will be the number of publications that have this many citations, right? So as you can see, the reason why I made 0 to 5 is because some publication can have 1 million citations, but we don't really care about that, because if you have, for example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we have 5 publications, the max H index you can get is 5. So we're just going to cap it at 5. So imagine if this number was 6, I would still put it here, which is at the number 5, at the index 5. So this doesn't matter. Anyway, 0. So we have 1 publication with 0 citation. 1, we have 1 publication with 1, and then 3 again. This becomes 2. So now this array becomes like this: 1, 1, 0, 2, 0, 1. So that's what we get. So we make this array, and now what are we going to do? We're going to go iterate over it, going backwards this way, right? So what you can do is you can keep a counter called maybe like total. That's the total amount of citations. And what you're going to do is you're going to keep count of all your citations number, all the value, until the total is bigger or equal to the index that you're at. So for example, right now the total is 0, and then now it becomes 1. So is that bigger than 5? No, it's not. Then you keep iterating. This you add 0, so 0 plus 1 is still 1, and then 1 is still smaller than 4. All right, so then you go to the next one, and then now total becomes 3 because you add 2 to 1, and then is 3 equal or bigger than the index 3? If it is, then that's it. You return 3. Yeah, and then this would be your H index. So, all right, so what's the time complexity of this? Well, first we had to go through this array, which is O of n. So the time complexity will be O of n. And then we have to loop through this array, which is also O of n. So the time complexity is still O of n. And then the space complexity will be also O of n because we created this array, right? Cool. All right, so that's pretty much how you do it. So let's code it up. So first, like we said, we want to get the length of the like how many publications they have. So we just take the length of this, publications, okay. And then what we want to do is we want to create our citations array that we created just before. So this is what we do. And then we want to add 1 more spot to it because we start at 0, okay. And then now what we want to do is we want to loop through the publications. So for pub in publications, so now we're just filling in the citation. So if pub is smaller than n, which is just the normal case, then we're just going to add a 1 to it. And then the reason why we need this is because in case it's like way too big, like they have 1 billion citations, we're not going to create 1 billion cells in our array. We're just gonna put it to the max one, which is n. All right, cool. So now that we create our publications array, what we need to do is we're gonna iterate through from right to left, and then we're gonna check if total is bigger than the index. So because we're going from right to left, we're gonna start at n, and then while I is bigger than 0, then total, we keep adding the citations, the value of the citations array, and then if ever the total is finally bigger than the index, then we just return the index, which will be your h value, and then we increment downwards, and then that's pretty much it. And then we just return I. Okay, so because that would mean it's 0 if it goes to here. Okay, and then let's see if this works. I'm just gonna change it to this and then run it. So it should give you 3. Yeah, and then it gives you 3 indeed. So for example, if this was like a billion, it would still give you 3. It shouldn't matter. Yep. And then imagine if we had like 5, 6, 7, 5, it's gonna give you 5. All right, perfect. All right, so that's pretty much it for this question. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one.